Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Sage Wrestling. Man, we got a real special guest today. One I'm pumped about, man, and we two-time Fargo champ. And my opinion, one of the biggest things you've done, bro, was that national prep too. So I mean, we got Leo DeLuca, man. Welcome to the show, bro. How you feeling, bro?
Feeling great. Took a little bit of time off, but very excited. Thank you for having me. So looking forward to it. But
Likewise, my man. I definitely was appreciative of you jumping right at me and getting after it, bro. So definitely excited to talk some wrestling and see where you're heading, my guy. Because I think the sky's the limit for you, and you got a hell of a future in front of you, brother. Because the things that you've done in such a short amount of time, like and the growth that you've done is it's exciting. It is, and just your presence and like how you approach things is not quite the same as everybody else. So you're a different you're a different breed, my man, and I think that's what separates you from a lot of people. And but to be honest, what first got you into this sport? What led you to a mat? Like you're a young buck. What first got you into wrestling?
funny story. I'm about like 6 or 7, right? I think I was like 7, like late when I was 7, and I did jujitsu all the way up, like when I was like really young. And my mom was like, "Hey, like there's this thing called wrestling. Like it'll help you on your feet for jujitsu." And I'm like all right. So go to the wrestling practice. First practice, like I had no clue what wrestling was, right? And so we go there, and they're like, "All right, start in referee's position." And I'm what is this? Because I was used to like jujitsu, to where like if someone gave you your back, like that was like a big thing. And I'm pretty sure that's what she told me. I don't remember much of it, but she was like, "Yeah, like you essentially like choked the kid out, and then they told you not to come back." And I was like, "Huh?" Because like why is this kid not tapping? Like he's not doing any of that. So that was my first ever wrestling practice. So slow start, but then I started going to practice every day, and I just enjoyed being there because like we'd play games and stuff. You played dodgeball before, and it was just a good time. And then I like the team trips too that I started out. I mean, like my first ever tournament, I think I went 0-10, and I wrestled a really good kid, and he just kept cutting me, like taking down, cutting me. I lost like 25-10, and my mom was like ecstatic. She was like, "Leo, you didn't get pinned. Like you did such a good job out there." And I was like, "Thanks, mom. Like this is
But that's
cool,
what's up
man."
though.
And
That
then
that 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 that's a mom. That's a mom to keep, bro. Like that's amazing. That's awesome on her part, bro.
yeah, definitely. So that was my
That's
first
crazy.
experience with it, but
No doubt. Like, and what's crazy is to hear that, like, because like everybody kind of, it's usually I lead off with like, "Hey, how did you get introduced to the sport?" But you definitely got a unique one, my man. You do. But at the end of the day, like, you started off with like somebody beating you 25-10, and now you're sitting here doing like unbelievable things, like to where I can't wait to see what's next. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I sit here and I'm like, well, Leo, when's Leo coming up? Like, this man's got my attention. He's got me excited. Like, uh, and I think you got the world excited, bro. I'm not the only one sitting here thinking it. Like, it, and uh, how'd you feel? Well, I guess, all right. So you go and you go to Fargo. All right. So we'll get this one off the rip. Like, you won Fargo. What, you were 14 and won 16 and unders, right?
yeah, so I was 14-1, 16 and so like when it comes
Yeah,
to like Fargo and stuff, like I got a bad birthday for that. Like this year I was on the young year as well for this year. Like you got kids that are like 19, like already graduated out of high school that are able to compete in juniors. But
yeah,
when I was 14, like I was like really like physically just like immature. Like you can see it now, I'm a little bit soft out there, but yeah, like I'm on the younger end of the spectrum this year. So like
for
both years
sure,
that I did good at
for
that.
sure. Because what are you,
So
16 right now?
yeah, I'm 16 right now. So
Yeah, and bro, like the way that I view you though, like the way that you I watched everything that I could on you before this interview, right? And I do it with everybody, like, because I don't want to come into this thing like acting like, so where are you from? What do you do? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
I want to know everything about the person I'm talking about. And the way that I view it is, so you win Fargo. at 16 U's at 14 years old, and then you come at 16 years old and win juniors, and bro, you did it in such a dominant fashion. Like my opinion, like it was the best. It was I literally like on flow, like you can how you can like get on there and like lock in like, hey, let me know when this cat's wrestling, what mat, what time, and it'll update my phone like, yo, Leo's coming up, mat 10, he's on deck. Like so I was like, yo, tell me every time because like you were just running through people. And I'm talking not just anybody, bro. Like even your finals, like Barrick's bro, he's an Ohio kid, so I've got to see him from St. Paris Graham before he took off to
Eric's
Oklahoma.
different. He's different. He's a
Yeah,
really
and
cool kid
well,
though.
yeah, he is. He is. He is different though. Like and like he I thought he was really set at Oklahoma State. Now I know I guess he opened up his recruiting class, but you're right. Like you're definitely right. He's different. I've been trying to reach out to him too, but like he's got like I feel like whatever happened with your coach in between because it's 2-0 after the
Yeah.
first period. Whatever happened there, whatever he told you, whatever you switched in your mind, bro. Like you came out 26 seconds, 25 seconds later, boom, you take down, you got him in a trap arm gut and just boom, 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 and it was like you just wiped out the number 3 dude in the nation. You know what I mean? And it was like
Yeah.
Leo's for real. So was it just kind of like, hey, did this just fall? Like just what happened in between period 1 and 2? Like what?
So like first period, right? Like um it was just competing. It was just competing hard out there. Like you go out there and you just gotta like, especially with a guy like Barrick, very physical. He's gonna try to wear on you. Like you just gotta fight out there. Like that's all it really comes down to. Like technique, skill, speed. Like obviously I got good speed and stuff like that, but like that gets you so far. You just got to be there with your head and be able to fight. And so it's 2-0, right? We're going at it, hand fighting. Like I got the best of one exchange. Like he got on my legs. I didn't like that. I was kind of like, I was like, damn it, like shouldn't have happened. And then go back to the corner and I just see Buxton there. And he was like, hey, like 2 scores to win. Like, listen, you fought Sebastian Rivera. Because I was at the RTC training a whole bunch, and dude, he would just beat the shit out of me. Like he would whoop me for like an hour straight. And like I'm like forever grateful to him.
For
Like he's
sure.
gonna go on. He's gonna do good at Worlds this year. But
Yes,
he
sir.
would just whoop me for an hour, and then like because I remember him during practice one day. It was like after or before sometime around that he was like, "Hey, if you try to dominate Sebastian, like you may even out and not get your ass whipped as bad." So that was something that was big for me, and like Sebastian taught me how to fight. He taught me how to fight in the room, and that was something really big. And he was like, I go to the corner, and he was like, "Hey, you can fight Sebastian for 30 minutes. You can fight a high schooler for 3. Get 2 scores, shut the match down." And I was like, "All right, clear enough." And then like Stoic Buxton is like, when he tells you something,
Love him.
like
Love him.
that goes straight to your head. So it was just like, all right, like let's get to work here. So I planned on going out there and getting 2 scores and just hand fighting the rest of the match. Like that was like my mindset going out there. It was get 2 scores, be up 6-0, 8-0, something around there, and then something else will come. Like, you know what I mean? It's where you can not sit back comfortable. Like you can't sit comfortable against a guy like
Absolutely.
Barrick. Like you
Yeah,
have to
because
fight
Bears
for every
for real.
point, or else he opens the floodgates on you. So
100%. And but
I was
you
just sitting
do you
there
feel
and
more
and just fell into a trap. That was it.
it was amazing,
So
bro, because like I said, like I've watched Barrick since his
I think your mic's
gosh,
muted.
dude, eight. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yep.
You got me? But yeah, Barrick is different. Like I don't. Are you able to hear me? You got me?
Damn, I still can't hear you. Your thing's glitching out. But
No, wait.
there we go. I can hear you now.
I was about to say, can you got me?
Yeah, there you go. Now I got you.
Yeah, I don't know what that was, but yeah, my fault, bro. We'll get that cleaned up. We'll edit that shit out. But yeah,
Damn, I can't hear you again. I don't. It's like cutting in and out.
For real? Yeah, let me try something. Let me try switching these headphones up, bro.
Let me try.
Can you hear me at all? You got me at all?
I think I can hear it a little bit. It's just the reception's bad or something.
All right, you got me now?
Yep.
All right. I'll switch some headphones up.
Oh, he's gone. Damn.
All right. We're back, bro. We'll
Now
get
we're
that.
good.
All right, yeah, we'll get that shit. We'll get that cleaned up. My fault on that, bro. That might have been them headphones dying on me.
Wait, say song.
Can you hear me? Nothing?
I got nothing.
For real?
Let me try. Would it help if I went out and then came back into the thing?
Yeah, give it a try. Cause like
If
honestly,
that
I've
would
never
work.
had that. Yeah, yeah, give it a shot.
Like I hear you for like a little bit, and then it's out.
Yeah, give it a try. Go out and come back in.
All right. Dude, can you hear me? I think it's my dad. He's working on something downstairs. I think he unplugged the router or something. That's why I'm on my hotspot right now. You gotta be kidding me right now. Come on. Come on. I'm sorry about this. Can you hear me good?
I got you good, bro.
All right, now like I heard that.
Yeah, I don't know. I've honestly like, cause like out of all the places I've shot it, like I've never had nobody like have this issue. So I don't know if it's me on my end or yours, but like it ain't
Yeah,
no
I
biggie,
hear you
bro.
loud and clear now. Loud
All
and
right,
clear
cool,
now.
cool. And like I can edit all that bullshit out too.
Okay.
Here, let me get this thing set back up.
Dude, I think it's my dad because he's like installing a new ceiling fan in because I got like home visits coming up, so I gotta make the apartment look good and shit. So we got like a new ceiling fan, so we like turned off the router, I think like all of that downstairs type
For
shit.
sure, it'll definitely do it. You're good though, bro. You're good.
Okay.
Well, hey, what
All right.
I can do is always I can copy and edit it out, and like we'll
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it work, bro. So we're straight. We're straight.
gotcha.
But as long as you can hear me. But
Yeah, I
yeah,
can hear you fine.
all right, my man. Where was we?
Finals match, third period or
Yeah,
second
with
period.
Barrett. With Barrett, yeah,
Yeah,
man. And just the way that you came out, man. Like and like you said, with training with Sebastian, and Sebastian's just a dog in himself, man. He definitely was fun and just to watch him through Northwestern and the Rutgers and all that. So like man, just to have that kind of partner, man, like that's
yeah.
how'd you end up linking up with him? Like what ends up leading to you and Sebastian like linking up?
So when I was about 10 years old, my mom would actually drive 3 hours one way up to Buxton's from New York because we used to live in Albany, and then drive 3 hours back home. And so we were doing that like 4 days a week, and the driving got too much because we would have to rent a car every time, and like just a bunch of bull crap with that. And it was just so time consuming that my mom was like, "Hey, like, do you want to just move down there?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's go." And so I was 12, got a little apartment. Well, we're actually in our we used to own a little RV, so we were in our RV a little bit, and we would just go out and we'd be in the parking lot of Buxton's, or like the club. Like we'd camp out at the club in our little RV. We'd stay there for like a month out of the summer or something like that, and then we found a little apartment, and then we just moved in, and yeah, so I've been going to Buxton ever since, and yeah,
Bro,
I've
you
been close
got
with Buxton since I was
mom.
about 10.
You got a mom
Yeah,
that's wow, wow.
yeah.
Like, yeah, like, and even the way that you turned out, bro. Like to be honest, like she did a hell of a job, buddy. She really did. Like you got a killer mom, man. I mean, like you said, driving 3 hours, taking you to Buxton, and then just who you are, like how you carry yourself, like just in this short 15 minutes, bro. Like I like you got a good one, bro. You did like, and you turned out to be a hell of a man. So
Yeah,
like it
and, it's funny because, Fargo was the first tournament she was ever at, like, one of the first major ones that I've won. So it
like
was,
this past one or like the six U
like, this
16.
this past one because all the other tournaments, like, we're going out Ironman and stuff, like, I would drop matches at Ironman and, like, I'd get, like,
Are you going to
3rd and
Ironman this
4th.
year?
Yeah, that's something I need to win, like, it
Are
just
you
needs
are
needs to
are you
happen.
going to are you guys are is Blair you're heading Iron you're going Iron Man this year, right?
We go every year, but,
Good.
like, dude,
Yeah. Oh, usually Blair's always
last year,
I would say
my bracket was ridiculous. Like we had
it
2
was
world champs, 8 Fargo champs. Like
yeah,
dude,
brutal.
quarters hit, and you're like, all right, like let's go. Like I do
Yeah,
not
no
want to
doubt.
wrestle another match today. Like that was my
No doubt.
motivation to beat Blaze in the course. I was like, I do not want to wrestle in Bloods tomorrow. Like, do not want to be there. Like so,
Would you
yeah.
end up getting down there? Because I was there. I was there, but there was so much talent there that it's hard to it's literally like you're trying to watch everybody, but it's like there's so much talent everywhere. But at the end of the day, how'd you end up finishing at Fargo? Or
So
not
one
Fargo at Iron
thing.
Man, I'm sorry.
Go there. I beat Blaze in the quarters and overtime.
That's third win.
Go to semis, and I drop a match to Lilydale. It just got away from me. Like third period, 1-1. Like I had a duck. It was there, and it was like that close, and I just missed it. And then ended up dropping that. I think it was like with like 10 seconds left in the third. Lost 3-1. So
So you
that
got
was a bummer for me. And then I had Rainey, who he was like number 2 in the country at the
from
time. I
Kentucky. Yep.
Kentucky. I think I majored him on the backside,
He's a dog too, bro. Like
so
be
I think
proud of
I
that. Cause
yeah, so I think I did that, and then I had Blaze again for 3rd and 4th, and then dropped it in overtime. So
and
yeah,
Blaze
it
is
was a
I
crazy
mean,
tournament for me.
that is.
Yeah.
And so really the only two losses you had was to Marcus.
Lilydale and Blaze are the 2
Little
kids that
adult.
have
Yeah, like, and bro, I mean, look
yeah.
what, yeah, nothing to hang your head about, cuz like, and honestly, like, I wish that same setup was right now because for the simple fact that, like, I would like to see Leo right now wrestle that same bracket last year. You know what I mean? Because,
Yeah,
like,
I know
you
what
were
you
a
mean.
dog last year, but bro, like, I just feel like you're wrestling at such a high level right now to where, like, they don't want to see you, bro. Like they don't want to see. Nobody wants to see you right
Yeah,
now.
I'm not sure if
And
they will though, because they're growing right now. Like their frames are big, like a lot bigger than mine. Like
for
even
sure.
last year, like I was walking around at like 22, like I wasn't cutting anything. So it was like their frames were a lot bigger. Like you'll see a lot of them at like 26 or 32 out of that bracket. So it's like
But I dig that though. Like I mean,
hanging
college
around
wise,
there.
I get your 2 years out, but are you looking 25, 33? Like, is there like a preference?
So my mom is 4'10", my dad's like 5'4", 5'5". So like got the short end of the stick with this one. Like I'm gonna be a 25er for life.
I
So
dig that though. Dude, you need to bro,
be a little guy for a while. So
you need I tell you need to come just a little bit west, bro. Just a little
maybe,
bit, not far.
maybe,
But
maybe.
yeah, I mean, it's a thought. Yeah, it's a thought. But I feel like it would benefit because and that's just my opinion. And I'm being biased. I'm an Ohio man, and I'll keep it 100 with everybody. They all know this. Uh, I feel like it would it fits so well for both of you. Like it, but at the end of the day, like man, wherever you go, I promise you, like I said earlier, like when we was talking off air, like man, I'm such a fan that whether wherever, like you're such a fun man to watch, bro. Like, and you keep getting better and better, and it's kind of like I I'm excited to see like where's this in 2 years, like because I'll be at Ironman. I go to I'm like Ironman's like literally. I think it's the greatest tournament ever. Bro.
Yeah. So yeah, and I'm excited. Just gotta see wherever I can bring, like what I can bring to somebody and what they can bring to me. So need to get
How has
that neutral.
recruiting been?
It's been exciting. It's been hectic. Especially after Fargo. Actually, to be honest with you, not much has changed after Fargo really, like regarding recruitment and stuff. Like nobody new has reached out or anything like that after Fargo. So it's been hectic, but it's just something I'm really grateful for. Like my mom didn't go to college, like my dad went to Berkeley, but just like something like generational in my family, like nobody's really gone to like a top tier school. So and it's just I'm just super grateful that like I can get the opportunity to like, go to like just like Ivy or somewhere that's like really standoutish.
Yeah,
So I'm just
yeah,
grateful for that to kind of change that tide a little bit. But
absolutely, bro. And be proud of it, man, because you busted your ass to get to where you're at, and it's been a fun ride to watch. And you still got 2 years left. And to be honest with you, I'm excited to watch the next two. I'm excited
yeah,
for Iron Man just to get to see you get after it and and how it all plays out and who ends up where. But
yeah,
like you were saying, some of their frames are getting bigger and with your size. But at the end of the day, like uh, to where you end up fourth in a bracket full of just monsters. Like
yeah,
as a sophomore, be proud of that, bro. Like I'm telling you, like you're lighting the world on fire right now, man. And to be honest with you, like you, they got you number 9 pound for pound in the country right now for the class of 2025. Like you're at every weight, every kid in your class, like you're in the top 10, bro. Like I feel like it, to be honest, I think you should be a little higher, but I mean, I'm not the one that makes it. But at the end of the day, with what I've seen here of you late, like I can't wait to see your folk style. To be honest, like how do you feel? Like do you feel like freestyle is a little better than folk style? Like do you have a preference over one or the other?
freestyle is easier, I would say, like by like
Yeah,
good margins. Less it's more about technique and speed opposed to like folk style, I feel like. Um, but freestyle is good for me because like I like exposing other people's flaws, like and their mistakes that they make. Like, dude, freestyle, like I can get away with so much more than like a lot of kids. And like a lot of kids can get away with so much more. Like in the finals when Barrick had my leg, like I'd be able to like roll around and stuff and possibly try to come out on top. But like freestyle, like you can't play in there. Like you get
right,
caught up in one of their like 4 points go on the board quick, and then it's like, all right, steep hill to climb. So
for sure.
freestyle is easy to take period by period, where folk style you have to take it by like a whole match and course of it. So
How do you view this new like once you get up into college, you decide where you go, you commit, and this is the 3 point takedown now. Is that how you feeling about all that? It got you excited, or is it kind of like, man, I kind of like my
I
twos, but
like it. I mean, I feel like it doesn't change a lot like in the high matches, like with high level matches and stuff. Like if you go in like the semis or something, like it doesn't change anything. Like
for sure,
like um like you take get 2 takedowns in the first, it's 6-1, but a guy gets out 6-2, and then he takes you down 6-5. like
Yeah,
points can rack up like that, but I think it just makes techs easier for like the higher guys if they're wrestling like somebody that's not ranked or like like Aaron Brooks, for example, if he wrestles a guy that's like trying to hang on, it's just gonna make a tech that much easier for him or any of the top tier guys. So
for
I just
sure.
feel like it's gonna like make matches a little bit quicker, go by a little
It
bit
will.
quicker.
It will. Because like
So
I've watched like even I don't know like as an Ohio guy like Caleb Romero, real good on his feet, like in a neutral position. Like one of the he finished third at NCAA's this year, and he was amazing on his feet. Wasn't turning a lot of people, wasn't pinning a lot of people, but like he'd take him down, kick him, take him down, kick him, and then it was like at the end of the first, it's 10-5, and it's like damn, like that dude just worked his ass off, and he's only up 5 points.
he's only
Like
got
you know what
five
I
up.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So it 15-5 seems a little more realistic after you just got dogged like that after a full period. So
Five
I like
takedowns. Yeah.
yeah
So
yeah. So I was a fan of it. So I'm glad to hear that you were like you are. I'm glad I know that they were working on the whole hey let's the riding time point like hey if we don't turn you don't get your minute riding time point in which I don't I think that they lightweight take away what riding really is like you know what I mean
yeah.
like it you got a dog underneath of you and you got to hold that man down so it's like and now you're saying I don't get nothing unless I get a turn like so I was glad that
Yeah.
didn't go through
I mean, I think it's just gonna make college, like, in general more entertaining, like, just on feet wrestling, like, gonna be pushing for stalls and stuff like that, so I just think it's, like, as a whole, just gonna be more fun to watch, like, so, you know what I
for
mean? Because
sure
it's not
have
gonna
you ever
be
been go
go
ahead
ahead.
well I was just
So,
going to ask
like
if you ever went watch the NCAA's have you ever went there live and checked it out
no, I've never gone, I went to Big Tens and I was at Rutgers the one year,
yeah
so that
yeah
was
yeah
cool.
when
Like, it's just
Sebastian
gonna
won
be
it
yeah, when Sebastian won, RBY wrestled, uh Sammy, that was crazy. The tournament as a whole was just crazy, especially at the rack, like such a cool environment, like being with everyone. So
for
especially with me,
sure
because like all my buddies were able to come up, so like we were just able to hang out and just watch like a lot of like stellar guys that we look up to. So
I'll tell you what though there's a really dope like stadium in Ohio, bro. Like yeah, it's pretty sick. It's pretty sick. But I mean, it's the rack. I've heard is I've never been up to it, man. But I've heard amazing things. I really
nothing
have.
like
Like
it. Nothing
yeah,
like it.
for real. And I've heard that you're not the like this is the third or fourth person that I've talked to that's been like, yo, the rack is unreal.
Yeah.
And like to where like I've even heard people like from other colleges that I've interviewed being like, yo, if I had to, because I'd be like, hey, like outside of being home, where's your spot to go? And literally the two answers I get is Columbus, Ohio, or the rack in New Jersey. You know what I mean? Like
Yep.
that's the two spots that I get every answer is like the same too. They're like, bro, Columbus is nuts, or the rack is crazy. Like, and a lot of people, I get a couple Iowas too, couple Iowa, like just because like the fans are they're nuts,
Yeah.
and so and it you definitely get it, and but at the end of the day, like I hope this recruiting process, man, like a lot of people don't understand and I read a little bit up on it. I heard at midnight, like that phone started going off for you a little bit. And I mean, is it been enjoyable, or is it kind of more of like a, hey man, I'm doing the same thing I was doing yesterday, like type, like kind of thing? Because I've heard both ends of the spectrum. Like it can be a little frustrating, but at the same time, it's awesome to get everybody reaching out. But it can be overwhelming at the same time. But how was your experience?
Like phone was blown up for like the first 3 days of it, but after that, they were, like, respectful, like, in general, like, relatively, like, week out from Fargo, like, they quit contacting me, like, they just let me hone in on what I needed to do, and, like, they would say hi to me and stuff at Fargo, but it wasn't, like, taking up, like, they weren't trying to take up too much of my time, you know, like, they knew I had a job to do out there, and then after the finals, like, I was chatting with a lot of them, which was good, but yeah, they've been super respectful of, like, my space and just, like, my head and, like, not trying to clutter it up too much. But, yeah, it's just I'm just really grateful for it that, like, I'm wanted and a decent amount of places, so it's just something that I'm forever grateful for. But, yeah, like, can't beat it, like, I have to, like, take it in and just be grateful for everything around me, because not everyone has has the opportunity to be able to do what I do, and, like, I guarantee you there's people out there that just don't have the opportunity to do what I do, but could probably do it just as good, if not better. So, it's just that I have the opportunity to do some of this stuff and be present in, like, certain areas, and, yeah, I can't beat it, like, you just have to be grateful for it and, just be happy about it, you know?
Sure, and that's I like that, man. That's respect to that answer, bro. Because like as somebody that's going through what you're going through at your age and trying to make such a giant decision, it, I couldn't imagine the weight that it really does bear, but at the same time, I feel like with what you just said, like you're handling it well, you're going through the process well, and I'm glad that they're being respectful, like you said at Fargo, and letting you do you, like,
Yeah.
and really that's all you got to do, bro, like, because you're so talented and good at what you do, like if Leo does Leo, like it's good things are gonna happen, and it's been shown. I mean, dude, I'm looking at your resume right here, and just as somebody that's going in their junior year, like it's unreal. Like you won, like I said earlier, U16's Fargo at 14 years old at 113. You beat Jackson Joy, who I'm an Ohio man. Dude's a dog, bro, and you're
Yeah,
beating his.
16U year was ridiculous, like, the kids I had to wrestle.
Yeah, that's be
It
proud of
was,
that,
like,
bro. Like,
first match, like, I had a Georgia kid, second match, Jackson Joy, third match, Kel Peterson, fourth match, Nick Treaster, fifth match, Forrest, sixth match, Mantanona, it was ridiculous looking back at it. It was ridiculous, and this year came around, but yeah, that 16U year, I was like, so it was funny because like, at that point, like, I haven't won anything big or made like, I wasn't out there at all, and, I was like, "Alright, just, like, try to make it to day 2. Just try to make it to day 2, and you'll be good," and then I made it, and I was like, "Alright, like, one more match, and we can place." It's like, "Alright, one more match, win that." Dude, another one, then, like, you're in the semis, and it's like, "Alright, win that one," and then it was like, "Alright, like, you're too deep in now, like, you gotta show up and show out," so that was my 16U year. That was fun for me, like, I was pretty immature mentally, like, I was a little kid like, I mean, I still am a little kid, but,
14.
like,
Nah, you're not. You
I was,
handle
like,
yourself
really
very well.
young there.
Yeah,
Like, I was
14, bro.
very
That's
like, mentally,
crazy.
I was yeah, so it was just a lot going up there, like, first time stage, but I feel like it's something like, I like being under lights, I feel like I wrestle
It,
better under them
yeah,
from
like
experience, but,
and I feel like that too, because like everything that you do on a big stage, like Fargo's huge, bro. Iron Man's huge, and look at like and just like we were talking about at Iron Man, you're sitting here as, as a sophomore going up against just the Ludo, and Jack. I mean Forrest, like I mean just unreal. Like and you end up placing where you place, like it and you have so much room to grow. Like it's crazy. It's scary for anybody that's gonna toe a line with you eventually, bro. It really is. Like this year, like I don't know that anybody's made a bigger jump than you. You know what I mean? Like I sit here and I watch, and it's like this dude jumped such, like everybody takes levels, you know what I mean? But like it's like you went, like everybody like, hey, I stepped here, I'm getting better every year. But it was like Leo just went from like that to just like I've never watched somebody own, like, and there's been some dogs that's owned Fargo, but it was just like in such a high profile, like to beat Barrett Jordan 12-0, who just upset the, well, I believe the number one dude in the
yeah,
country in
Cortez was
semis.
number 1.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, and then you go and beat him 12-0, and as soon as you got that trap arm, it was just a wrap, bro. Like, and it's you're just finishing up your sophomore year, like.
Yeah, like,
It,
honestly, Fargo, like, obviously, really cool thing, like, it's a big tournament, it's great, but, my main goal, like, all the time, like, is just, like, just keep walking forward no matter what. like you can walk forward and sometimes you slow down a little bit, like your steps start to slow down, like you hit a few hiccups, like sometimes there's some incline in that hill you're walking. But,
Yes, sir.
then other times it's flat and you get to walk a lot faster and you can start running. So, like, my main goal at this point is just keep walking forward and just don't stop and don't take steps backwards. And I feel like I saw that, like, going into Fargo, like, I was ready. Like 2 weeks before then, like, I was like, "Alright, like, this shit, like, it needs to come now, like, it's not coming quick enough, like, I'm ready, I feel good, I feel great, like, I'm confident right now." Like, and it was just like that mindset of just like the goal is to keep growing and keep walking forward. And I feel like Fargo, it's just like it's like I use like the analogy of like walking on a road and stuff. And I feel like Fargo is just it's a place where like there's just a few views and you can just stop a little bit, look around, but then it's just back to walking again. And you just got to keep continuing to go forward. And I feel like Fargo is just it was just physical proof that I'm still taking steps forward. But, it's something that my coach tells me, like, I'm with Mario almost every day. Buxton, like, those 2 guys, like, they're like, "Hey, like, you look good today." I was like, "Alright, thanks." Like, and then if Buxton said that, it's like, "Oh, shit." Like, "Dude, you look good today." So it's pretty funny, but, like, just, like, reinsurance that they're telling me that, like, I'm taking steps
Yeah.
forward. But then there's also days where it's like, "Yo, like, what were you doing?" Like, your hands weren't moving, feet weren't moving, you had to get the angles more. And it's like, alright, then your steps start to slow down, but still stepping, like, I just gotta keep stepping. And, Fargo is just one of those things where you just take a second, look around, and, like, I'm very grateful for it, but, it's just a viewing point, right?
Yes,
Like,
absolutely.
it's not the end goal in life,
Not at all.
like, I'm 16 right now, like, there's still a lot more to live and a lot more places to go, a lot more views to take in, right? And you just gotta keep hiking, you know, just gotta keep going forward, so
I
that's my main
respect.
goal. That's
That's
my
a
main
that
goal, but
that's a badass way of putting it, bro. And the fact that you're spitting that out at 16 years old and knowing that, like, hey, yeah, like, cool, I got Fargo, like, that's awesome. Everybody's hyped about what I did, and I am, bro. I'm one of them. Like, I'm very hyped about what you did, and like just seeing that growth. And uh, but at the end of the day, like you said, like there's still national preps coming up. There's still Ironman tournaments to go. There's still at getting to the NCAA's, winning NCAA championships, going after Olympic dreams, going after world championships. So I definitely, it's like you said, it's a stepping stone. And but at the end of the day, like whenever you dominate it like you did, brother, it puts everybody on notice. Like,
yeah,
um, which most people already were, because like, but at the end of the day, it was like, well, like he. You could tell you've been after it, bro, and as somebody just been talking to you with you for 38 minutes, man, I'll be honest, like I'm shit, bro. I'm proud of you. Like, to be honest with
appreciate
you,
that.
I think you carry yourself well. I think you deserve everything that you've gotten, and I think the sky's the limit. So keep doing what you're doing, and I think you're gonna be right where you want to be, bro. And as for the recruiting thing, I'm sure it can be a lot at the same time, and like with man, what's going to be best for me? What's going to be best for them? Who's the great fit? They got this guy. This guy says come, but at the end of the day, like you you're gonna be well, no matter where you end up, bro. Like keep the mindset you got, and uh, sky's the limit. You'll be on top of a lot of podiums, bro. A lot.
Yep. Hopefully, you just gotta keep walking for now and, just enjoy training, enjoy what I do, and be grateful that I can do it. Because someday, probably 10 years from now, I won't be able to do it anymore. So just enjoy this fragment of my life and just continue to grow, you know? Not even as a wrestler, just as like a human and just like leadership skills and a bunch of all that other stuff. So
Absolutely. And that's what I think is the best thing about wrestling is that like you can gain like even in my life, I wrestled for 15 years, and when even with my job that I have now, like it benefits me in so many ways to where I want to be the best worker. I want to be the hardest guy. Like and it sets you up no matter which way you go. And I know you have like a lot of like different like to where like you have different ambitions. Like wrestling ain't the end all be all. So like whenever like I was looking into like everything, like I know you want to get into finance, right? Eventually. Like so like you want a school that's not only going to benefit you, but like you from what I read, like finance was like something like you wanted to be a part of eventually too, a school that would benefit you with that. Is that correct?
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Want my parents to be able to step back one day and kick their feet up. You know, my mom wants a chicken coop. Not gonna get her the chicken coop, but I'm gonna put her on a beach somewhere, hopefully. So
Tight.
that's the goal. But
I
yeah,
dig
it's
it.
still a long ways to go. I got about 20 years before that happens. So so as of right
But th
now, I just keep doing what I'm doing, hopefully.
but
So
there's not a
keep my head
lot of people
straight.
that yeah, absolutely, bro. And I feel like you got a hell of a head on your shoulders. Like if it dude, when I was 16, I wish I had with the and looked at things the way that you do. Because it probably would have guided me to a better place. It sounds like you're surrounded by some very good people with a very good set of parents that and a very good set of coaches. And I feel like it takes that to make the person that you became. So to be honest, like kudos to them and like
Yeah,
hats off because they've with all of their work combined between your parents and your coaches, man, they made a hell of a kid, man. Because
yeah.
I can be
I
go ahead,
wouldn't be
brother.
anywhere close to where I am today without my mom, my dad, my brother, my Coach Mario, you know, Jatomer, like Mr. Polanca, like Coach Polanca, he's my advisor at Blair. Just like they're just like great human beings to be around, and something you got to be grateful for because a lot of people aren't like they don't have like that environment that I have. So it's just something to be grateful for and just take advantage of it while I have it, you know.
Now, how did you grow up like close to Blair, or was it like, hey, we're gonna do what we well, I know you guys did some moving, but was it to be a part of Blair? Like,
Like
did you
I
know
didn't even know what Blair was at the time, but Mr. Master Giovanni, who owns Bucks in the club, like Bucks is just the coach there, but Mr. Master Giovanni owns it, and Trevor was going to Blair at the time. And, so I met them and he was like, "Hey," like, I think it was in, like, 6th grade at this point, and he was like, we just moved down, he was like, "Hey, come up to Blair for a practice," and you walk in there and it's Antonelli running everything, and you just see Kolyoko, Van Ness, Ryan Miller, Danny, he was freshman at the time, Andrew Murriola, Julian Ramirez, Dom
not
Mata,
not
what's his name? Another guy, like Owen Treethan, Ryan Madeira. Like, it was just, like, an insane environment, you're just looking around and you're like, "I saw you on TV yesterday, I saw you," and
yeah.
it's so I was just like, "Cool," and then, Coach Thatcher, I don't know, you probably don't know him, but, he teaches physics there and stuff. Like, really he's not the biggest guy, he's about 5'1", and so I thought, like, "Okay, I'll go with him." He just whooped my ass that practice. Like, 40-year-old man just whooped up on me, I was like, "Alright, like, this is what we're doing." So, yeah, then I would hop in there
Everybody
like
there's
every
a dog.
yeah, just pop in there here and now, like, every other day, and then, it was good. I just got close with Coach Antonelli, Coach Mike Carbonaro. Then they had a little bit different of a coaching staff at that time. Mr. Laurent, but he left now and he's doing other things. I think he's like a lawyer for the army or something now. But
Awesome.
so yeah, it was just a cool environment. And then I started going up there, and then I applied my 8th grade year, not knowing if I'd get in or not. And then somehow I got into this like such a prestigious school like that. Like I'm really grateful for that. No, like my parents never envisioned me going to like a school like Blair, so that's something I'm also grateful for. And I just got in and then kept wrestling and just into the academics, and I think that's somewhere like I've grown because like first semester was a little bit different for me because I came from being homeschooled, and then you just get kicked by the academics there and the workloads and stuff. But yeah, something I've definitely gotten better with over the years, just time management and just being present in every class, even if you're feeling like shit that day. So
Absolutely. Well, how long like what grade did you start? going to school, I guess. Like, what grade did you stop being homeschooled?
Uh, Freshman year, you know, like I
Oh, no
was,
shit.
yeah. So like when I moved up here, my parents just homeschooled me from here. So like since I was like 10, I was homeschooled up until 14. So
No doubt, no doubt, bro. I was even. I mean, that is a lot to take on. I mean, especially to jump into Blair Academy, a prep school, to like you said, to adjust to all that and still keep grinding with your with your we'll call it your craft. You know what I mean? Like
yeah,
it's a lot, bro. And you seem to. I mean, outside looking in, it seems like you handled it all very very well, bro. Like very well.
yeah. Like so like who's number one was also something like when I was like 14, I wrestled Braden Davis, who was like 18 or
Yeah.
something. Like I was like, so it was like I
There you
just
go.
got the Blair. Like I was nervous, new crowd. Like you're at boarding school. And then it's like, oh, you got to wrestle like this kid in a few weeks, and it's like that's some. I feel like that's somewhere where I mentally matured a little bit because like it was a lot to take on, and then I realized like after that, like I got my butt whipped a little bit, so I realized after that it was like, hey, like you got to grow up, like you got to mature a little bit, like this can't keep happening. So
If you get that call for who's number one this year, you're gonna take it.
I got the golden ticket at Fargo, so we're locked in
You,
for that. I'm not sure when and where it's gonna be, but I'm
I'm
itching at that. I'll start rest training for that tomorrow. So
man, and when you look at your weight too, it's like, man, who do they call? You know what I mean? Because there's so many dogs at that weight right now. Like,
you
uh,
can't beat 120. It's ridiculous. It's always been like that though. Ever since
yeah.
like even when I was 113, like 120 was the weight. When I was in sixth grade, 120 was the weight. You know.
But I
So
love you at 125 in college, bro. Like because it's hard to find a 125 solid guy like for the next 4 years. Like this is gonna hold us down for the next 4 years, and I you don't see it a lot. Like to where at least not where I don't see it a lot. Like with who I follow and what I do. So like at the end of the day, like gosh, I feel like you could be such a good fit at some places, bro. Like like you're literally that guy. And
appreciate
whoever
that.
does land it, yeah, like whoever lands that 125 guy for the next 4 years, it's like I wa- I want you to come a little. But
You
but
work for
at the
them
end of
or
the
something? You work for
and
them? Tom
no,
Ryan hiring
no,
you?
I'm a diehard though. I am. I love
I'm
wrestling.
playing.
I
I'm
love
playing. I'm playing.
I
I'm
love
playing.
wrestling heavily. I do. I love wrestling and I love my Buckeyes, bro. I do. But at the end of the day, like I'm
I
a
hear you.
fan of the sport in general. To where like
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. Like if I can look at Leo and be like, man, like I'd love to see this dude in scarlet and gray for the next 4 or 5 years. Like yeah,
Yeah.
hell yeah. I'll let the world know you everybody can watch this video because like and they've been getting better, man, because we just got started and like we're just growing. Don't get me wrong as a podcast and we're just jumping into this, but at the end of the day, like yeah, I mean you're like several thousand people are gonna watch this and they already know. They already know Bobby's gonna want Leo at 125 for Ohio State. Like they
Bobby the
already know.
Buckeye. Bobby the Buckeye.
Yes,
Bobby
sir.
the Buckeye.
All
So
day, all day. But I really do, man, and I think that I really appreciate you taking this time just to talk with me, man. And honestly, I feel like the way you approach things and view things, I really think that uh, these young kids, a lot of the people that do watch my podcast, man, it's a lot of young and up and comers, like some middle school kids in high school, like young high school kids that like will really be able to see what Leo's about. You know what I mean? And uh, I think your story and like the way that you've like just progressed and moved up and just kept grinding at your craft and progressed. It's a hell of a story and awesome that you were able to sit down and share it, bro. And I appreciate you taking this. 50 almost an hour, bro, and I apologize I took this
no,
much time.
no, don't worry.
Yeah, but I definitely appreciate you taking taking it and putting it out there, man. Because to be honest with you, like I think your future, like I know I've said it 3 or 4 times during this deal, but like I really do, and I wouldn't say it if I didn't believe it. Like I'm so excited for it, man, and uh I can't wait to see it Iron Man. I'll be there, and you can promise that, like, I promise you, I'm gonna come up to you and shake your hand, give you a hug, throw you a shirt for taking the time to do this. And to be honest, I hope you're at the top of the podium, bro. I do because you deserve it. You know what I mean? You're putting the time in. A lot of these boys do though, so I ain't trying to take credit from nobody, but um,
Yeah.
just with what you've talked about and how you've been, like, just stay after it, bro, because I can't wait to see the end result and where it's gonna lead, man. I hope. I mean, everybody's got their hope, but at the end of the day, no matter what, you got a fan right here, bro. Promise you that.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me on here. Like, I'm really grateful that you took time out of your day to just chat with me a little bit about things I've done and like how I've done it. So I appreciate you having me on this. Like, I'm really grateful for it. So
Yes,
thanks
sir.
for the time
Not a
to let
problem.
me speak a little bit. You know.
Not a problem. It was more as
But
a pleasure for me, and like I said, man, you're not only our kids gonna watch this and see it and be able to. I mean, because I mean, you're at the point in your life, bro, where you got a lot of young bucks looking up to you, bro. Lot of people are wanting to. It's, how do I get to this level? And so when they watch this, they're curious. How do I become this guy? Phone's blowing up right after my sophomore year. Like, so I feel like, what are you doing, little boy? But yeah, man. So I definitely appreciate the time, and you keep after it. And uh, I'm gonna look you up at Iron Man, bro, and I'm gonna see you at the top of that podium, and we'll definitely, once you do that though, what I want is, once you win these next 2 years and you get committed and stuff, man, just let's link up again. Let's do another one.
yeah, for sure. So looking forward to seeing you out there. But got a little time till then. So for
Yeah,
sure
no
we'll
doubt we
chat.
do.
We'll chat before then.
Yeah,
But
100%. We'll definitely keep in touch, man. And at the end of the day, like you already know, you got my number. And if there's anything that I can do to help, like in any way, like, and I know you got a lot going on, but like if there's any way that I can, brother, let me know, because at the end of the day, I want to see you succeed, and I think you are a hell of a kid with a good head on his shoulder that is destined for greatness. So,
I appreciate
uh,
that.
yes,
That means a
sir.
lot to me. So
To be honest, buddy, even the guys that I've talked wrestling with and follow around, like, I'm not the only one thinking it, bro. I promise you. So keep doing what you're doing, my guy, and I can't wait to see what it brings. And like I said, keep in touch, and we'll do this again soon here, once we see where you end up and make that commitment, and hopefully we see you here in Ohio soon.
yeah. So it's been
Uh,
great though. It's been great. Thanks for having me
for
though.
sure.
I appreciate it more than you know. So
Not a problem, my man. And take care of yourself, man, and let your parents know, let your coaches know that they've done a hell of a job. So
I
you
will.
just
I will.
salute to them, salute to you, bro. Thanks for taking the time, and we'll be in touch. All right, my man.
Yeah, of course. All right.
All right, bro.
I'll be seeing you around.
Yes, sir. Later, bro.
Peace out.